Hi, today we're back in the tomato patch. We're going to be doing a short video on when does tomato disease come an issue. Not as much about the diseases, about the care, about the pruning, trellising, etc. But more so, when should you be concerned? When should you apply fungicide? When should you lose hope in your tomatoes? That type of thing. So let's get started. We're back here where we were with the intro, and here is the Barry's Crazy Cherry tomatoes. So what I want to start off with is, you should really only be concerned about disease when it starts outpacing your tomatoes' growth, or when it does something like this. Admittedly, I may have chopped this one at the bottom when weeding on accident, but I'm not convinced. But you can see the disease is outpacing its growth. It's stopping its growth. That's when you should be concerned. But what do I mean by outpace its growth? So we look down at this relatively newer planting of Barry's Crazy Cherry tomatoes. You can see the disease starts at the bottom and moves its way up. So, as long as your tops are outgrowing that disease and staying disease-free, getting new flowers and new tomatoes, you will probably be fine. And so long as that disease is not where the new growth is, you should not be concerned. Here's where you should be concerned, though. Okay, so now we have a volunteer tomato that I planted along the fence. And this is what I would call a medium concern plant. Because if we go to the bottom, you can see it looks pretty typical, pretty, disease, but it's growing, but that disease is following up the plant due to poor trellising up until yesterday. And then you can see the only part that's disease-free is the very, very top. So, that's why this isn't a complete concern, because it still is outgrowing that disease, but the disease is catching up. So this is one I might consider putting a fungicide on. This is one I might consider putting copper on. Right? This is one that's like a medium concern. So, and here's what I would call the one you should be concerned about. This is the high concern, if you will. First off, it's really droopy. That's a really bad sign, especially when they're in the shade. The disease is going all the way up the plant. It's going all the way up that new growth. And it just doesn't look great. It does not look like a healthy plant. It does not have a lot of tomatoes on it. That disease is following it up, and it's droopy. Now, this one I would say be concerned about. Now, admittedly, when it's this droopy in the shade, a fungicide is going to fix it. You got to figure out what's actually causing it and try and prevent it from spreading. But this is where I would say you have to be concerned. This is where you should be concerned. It's droopy. The disease is following up the plant. It's catching up to that new growth, and the tomato just can't keep up anymore. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And just to end, I thought I'd come next to this trellis we were just on. You can see the disease is following these ones up, but they're outgrowing it, and the tomatoes on them look great. This is what we like to see. I'm not concerned about the disease on this at all, because the plants are still growing great, and we're getting lots of beautiful tomatoes. So, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Here we got some turkeys that photobombed us on our way out at the end of the video.